we were building, we were doing what we could to get our own development off the ground, and then we were doing client work on the side. He chose to step away from the company, went back to where he was at, and then I just continued. I called. It was a client and a guy that was really becoming a mentor to me, and he said, "Sidney, if I can give you one advice, don't quit." And he said, "Just stick to it." I was telling him about my business partner leaving, and he said, "Just stick with it." And so this guy ended up hiring me to do a lot of work. I wasn't a licensed architect at the time, so the most I could do was what we call schematic design, really. And so I was doing a lot of his concept and schematic design work. And he had connections. His business partner was best friends with the architect that I moved to San Diego. So I'd been in and around properties that he had owned in San Diego before I ever met him. So we had some ties, and I met him. And I have to share this story because I think it just goes back to if you're willing to just hard work, man. That's the only way I know to put it is. So we were trying to raise money for this development, and I met this particular. This all ties into how I'm in Birmingham actually, and it will be in a book one day. But I'm driving for Lyft and Uber, just trying to pay rent while we're raising money to build a real estate development project. And so we had this project. We had been through two rounds at the city zoning, had gotten approvals from the zoning department. We had the property under contract, and we were just looking for equity. And so what I had a binder, a little project binder, and I just stuck it in the seat. And so I was driving for Lyft and Uber. I specifically bought a Lincoln so that I could get it wasn't black, but I got the Uber business class.
Okay,
so
nice.
I drove a lot of people to and from the airport in Denver, and so I did that intentionally so that I could talk to people about business, right? And so I knew that I could, if I got the Uber Select, that I would talk to a lot of business people. So I did that, and I'm, selling the project to anybody and everybody that would listen, right? And so I made a ton of contacts. I mean, I probably have over 100 business cards from the few months that I drove Lyft and Uber.
Wow.
Anyways, I pick up this guy who becomes my client in Denver, and he was taking his family out to dinner. And I start sharing the story. Yeah, just moved from San Diego, we're raising money. And he goes, "Hey, here's my business card, call me." And so of course I followed up with him, and he probably didn't think I would ever follow up with him, and I did. And so went to meet him for lunch, and